Each year, when it comes time for prefects to give their speeches, it's recommended that we share a story or a piece of advice that we've learned. This year, I was surprisingly well prepared because I've been giving advice all year long to my two sisters who will both be coming to school here next year. At home, I've told them everything from the banal, always be kind, to the more practical, don't ever be late for Mr. Chandler's class. I've given them all the advice that I would have given myself. But most of all, my advice was to come to school knowing that you have a clean slate, so have a clear mind and be willing to say yes to all sorts of opportunities. At my first year here, it felt so free despite it being COVID. It felt like Stansted was one of the only places in the world where you could still forge connections with people through the masks because we were all living on campus. The whole school became a big bubble where roommates were exceptionally close, classes were all in the same room, and we were still allowed to have our phones in class. But we also were never allowed in each other's rooms. We had to play sports with masks on, and no one was ever allowed to go to traditions. The Stansted that I'm getting ready to leave is now a very different place from the one that I started off in. The school is still a bubble, but in a different way. It's become a cove of people that I love, classes that I enjoy, and sports that I occasionally like to play. Next year, my sisters will walk into that new version of the Stansted bubble, and I'm jealous because in some ways I'll be sorry to leave. While I wouldn't necessarily classify the school as freeing anymore, it has given me some advantages. For example, there's a reason that most of you don't remember a time when traditions was off limits, and that's because most of you weren't here. Each year, people cycle in and out of Stansted, and just like you don't remember Demas, you also don't remember the mistakes or failures of the people around you, and there's certainly a freedom in that. Most of the memories that you have of this place will be absorbed by good times and goodbyes, and the spring is a time when everyone becomes increasingly aware of that fact. And that's why, in the spring, like in the beginning of the year, each of us get a clean slate once again. The weather's getting warmer, your grades are getting tighter, and prom is getting closer. So, as much as this advice was once for my sisters, it's also important for us to remember that Stansted belongs to us for now, and each of us have our own unique version. So, for the next 2 months, don't be afraid to leave your mark, make it yours, and enjoy every second. Thank you.